are you going to Disney this year or whenever, and you're thinking of how to plan it or book your Disney trip, I can show you step by step on what to do. And this will be specifically for Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Step one, you can choose what time of the year that you want to go. I mean, you have to take into consideration of the weather and the seasons. So most times we go in the summer in August, and we've done Christmas one time because it's not as cold in Florida during that time in December. So it depends on what you want to do. Some people go during spring break, some people go even while in school. They take their kids for a few days in the week. Basically, you Google Disney.com or you Google Walt Disney World. So on Disney.com, you see all the different information here about Disney, really, Disneyland and all. But in this particular video, we're focusing on Walt Disney World. So when you Google Walt Disney World, you get in and then you sign in or create an account. Bear in mind that when you create your account, it's going to be linked to everything else Disney. So even when you download the app on your phone, you can use that same username and password. Yeah, sometimes you can check online for like the crowd calendar. Because I check on Prep School. You can check on other websites, but for this, I just check to figure out the crowd calendar. And so I clicked on August, and it talks about the weather too. It says it's of hot and moderately busy, and still hot but not much less busy. After you've chosen the time of the year that you want to go, the second step is to think of whether or not how to go there. Do you want to fly down there? Are you in Florida already? Are you outside of Florida? Do you want to drive? For the most part, we drive, because I did like a whole spreadsheet of how much it would be to take a flight, rent a car, as opposed to driving the 10 hours from Virginia to Florida, and also being able to use our car anytime. There are pros and cons. I mean, with pros, you can be able to pack whatever you want to pack, and you can drive wherever you want to go to. You can even, what we do sometimes is stop by in Atlanta to see family before we get to Florida on our way to, on our way back. So, and then, I mean, the cons are like, it's a whole long trip. So once you figure out the flight, so that's all the, or if you want to fly or drive or use a train or whatever transportation, that's step two. Then the next step is to figure out where you want to stay in Florida. Step three, you can also choose where you want to be in Disney. You can either stay on site or off site. On site meaning Disney has a number of resorts, different categories of resorts that you can book your, like, where to stay, or you can stay in a hotel within Florida close to Disney in Orlando. So for Disney, there are 4 categories of resorts: the value, moderate, deluxe, and I think the deluxe villas are for like DVC members. I mean, anybody really, but I think the DVC members get first dibs. Who are DVC members? They're like timeshare members. So, but to me, I feel depending on your budget, any resort works, because for the most part, you get to spend some more time at the parks as opposed to the resort. So it depends on what is really important to you. Do you want to do more parks or just relaxation and all? So all that depends on how you make your decision. Staying on site, I mean, there are pros for staying on site, because if you book on site, then you'll be able to book fast passes. So I'll talk about fast passes in more detail in another video. Fast passes meaning not staying too long on lines when you're going for attractions or rides. You can book fast passes 60 days before your trip. So that's a pro for getting an on-site resort. And just the idea of just being within Disney and feeling the magic there. So we've always done on-site, but there are many hotels, there are many, I mean, Airbnbs and all that you can do off-site as well. So that's step number 3. Step 4 is purchasing tickets. So those are theme park tickets. So there are different theme parks within Disney World in Florida. We haven't explored the water parks, but most times we do Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom, for the most part. So when you purchase tickets, it depends on the type of tickets you want to purchase. Some people do 1 park per day or park hopper. So So park hopper is when you move from one park to another on the same day. So you could say, oh, I want to go to Magic Kingdom to get on a ride in Magic Kingdom at 12 o'clock. And then you decide to go to Epcot at 6 o'clock to see an attraction. That's park hopper ticket. But one ticket per day is, I can only stay in Animal Kingdom for one day during my trip. And I'm done with Animal Kingdom. The next day I go to Hollywood Studios. I'm done with Hollywood Studios on that day. The next day I go to Magic Kingdom. So it all depends on what you want to do. Park hopper tickets are a little more expensive. It depends on how many days you're going to be there. It just depends on a lot of things. Bonus tip: when you're purchasing your tickets, there'll be an option of whether or not to purchase a photo pass or memory maker. A photo pass is for people, I mean, like me, I take my camera with me everywhere, and most times when I take pictures of family, I'm never on it. So, but with the photo pass, if you pay, I think 100, right now it's 170, but it depends on pricing at the time that you're there. People who work in Disney with their cameras, and they can take you photos at different places in the parks, anywhere you see them. All you need to do is tell them, oh, can you please take a photo of us? They'll take a photo, and the photo pass will be linked to your tickets, your room, and all that. Step 5 is dining. Of course, you're gonna eat when you're at Disney. Depending on if you're on site or off site, it will depend on how you're gonna plan dining. If you're off site, you may plan dining, breakfast outside. It all depends on what you want to do. I keep saying depends because yeah, we all make our decisions. But in Disney, there are different types of dining plans, which I'll probably talk about more in another video. And the dining plans, I think there are 3 categories: the quick service plan, the standard dining plan, and the deluxe. And I think they've also added a deluxe plus. So we always do the standard, where you get 1 table service, 1 quick service, and 1 snack. A table service could be like a proper dinner, where some restaurants may have characters. So you could see Mickey, Minnie, Donald Duck, like a bunch of characters. The quick service is if you just want a burger, pizza, either within the parks or other resorts. Table service restaurants also are either within the parks or other resorts. You're not limited to the resort that you stay in. You can go anywhere. And then and then it's snacks. I mean, and also once you go out, whether or not to prepay, which is to get the dining plan, or to actually pay while they're there. So if you're getting breakfast, you're actually paying after you eat breakfast. We do the prepaid dining plan. We just pick this standard, knowing that we've paid for it before we even get there. So we've kind of pre-planned how much we're going to pay for dining. Bonus tip. Well, maybe it's not a bonus tip, but it's something that you probably would have to get while purchasing tickets, figuring out where the resorts are going to be, your dining plan. You have to purchase magic bands. What are magic bands? So it's basically a band that you're given before you get there or on that day. That band is connected to your credit card, connecting and linking your hotel, linking your dining, linking photo pass, linking the tickets, the theme parks that you go to. All you need to do is just put in the magic bands, and you can get into the parks, get into your hotel room, paying for dining, paying for the photo pass. Not really paying because it's prepaid. Each person is also given a magic band. Try purchasing things ahead of time. So if you know that, oh yeah, once you figure it out, oh, I want to go to Disney in September, by January, you can start purchasing all the things that you need, like the t-shirt, like whatever it is, the ears that you need to pack, or just planning towards it. It's very, very good to plan ahead of time. I have like a Disney box where I put a bunch of stuff. I'm going to do another video on packing, what I pack and how I plan for that. So stay tuned for that. Once you've done all this, all the steps, you have to download the My Disney Experience app. Depending on Android or iOS. On Android, I use Android. It's called My Disney World. I mean, you just go on Play Store and look for Disney World, and it's there. That My Disney Experience app You can also sign in, same credentials, you'll be linked to everything. So that app has everything you've planned for on that app. It also helps when you're at the parks too. It helps you to know the wait times for all the different attractions. Depending on the fast passes you get. The fast pass is, oh, I do not want to stay on the line for 2 hours. Can I be able to book a fast pass so that when it's 10 o'clock that I want to actually go on this ride, I can just walk in without a problem. That app really helps. So that's a bonus tip. Because I mean, most people plan like putting things in folders. I do the app and I put like a lot of stuff on my phone. Because I think this was like 2 years ago, and I had like my itinerary. So on this day, this is what we're gonna do. On this day, this is what we're gonna do. And also I use Keep Notes in Google. It helps to plan. I always love being spontaneous. I always love being spontaneous, but just knowing that I have a plan helps me, because if I don't, I'm like, ooh, what am I gonna do? So you really need to plan for this trip, because you don't want to come back and be like, what just happened? What did I do? I don't even know what went down. But spontaneity is really good. It's good. It makes it fun sometimes. So hopefully this has helped you a lot in the planning process. I'm going to have a free guide in the description box below just for you to start the process. So just click on the guide. You probably put in your email address and get the free guide. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. You can also share this video for other people who are interested in going to Disney. And I think I have been able to give you like an overall, like an overview of how to even start. There's more information in the description box below. Thank you. Bye.